we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington football team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
11 yards there, first down.
44-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Jeff Gladney able to come up and make the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From just shy of midfield, Breeze. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Washington! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
On play action, Allen. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Watch the pass. Hey, easy. 45, Mike, 45. Watch, run.
from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes left side. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 6-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 57 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
The tackle made.
The big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Vikings nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, it's Taylor. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez lining up for the
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They start the drive with Cook. Space to maneuver at the 40. Cook able to escape. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They go jet sweep. This is Taylor. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Allen's throw is complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now Allen. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings.
Irv Smith. Touchdown.
Irv Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
His kick.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He was taken.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 27 yards there, a 1st down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got his man in stride. Complete.
Oh, boy, you ain't got no feet.
Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown. Drew Brees, his 2nd touchdown pass here in the opening quarter of this game. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Now, 1st quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Often.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
It's a gain.
A big play there for Minnesota. 48 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Into the 1st quarter with this Washington 28, Vikings 7.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays that send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he is caught at the 7-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Number 80.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Mike Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Steven Sims now on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, now Breeze. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Picked off down at the 2. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Minnesota.
Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Michael Badgley set.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Sims to return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Breeze now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Another Washington 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Vikings 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 2nd down. Allen, he's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now Breeze. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. So after the INT, it's Allen. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So
it does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Troy Pride. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Mohamed Sanu. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown. And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes this Washington 42. Vikings 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's Taylor. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And now here is another interception. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
At the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down.
Stop made by Marlon Davidson. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Here we go. Hey, easy. You got tight right there.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up third and goal. Shotgun now for Breeze. Being chased out left. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Taylor. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Drew Brees turning back the clock. 5 touchdown passes for him on the afternoon. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Zane Gonzalez lining up for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Vikings.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. On the return, it's Taylor. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They run it again with Cook. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. They run. Cook. And some room to roam now. And he's a long ways this into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
At the 9-yard
A
line.
big play there out of Cook. 47 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing now is Allen. They go screen with Dillon. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Mike Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On the return, Washington will take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. A big play there, 78 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's Taylor. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 43 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
End of the 3rd quarter with the Washington 62, Vikings 28.
Operating from the gun, Allen over the middle to Smith. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. On 1st down, Allen setting up the screen for Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Check 52. Hey, easy.
Now a play fake. Breeze slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold-up forefinger.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support.